A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. In the course of his preaching, John the Baptist said, "Someone is following me, someone who is more powerful than I am, and I am not fit to kneel down and undo the strap of his sandals. I have baptized you with water, but he will baptize you with the Holy Spirit." It was at that time that Jesus came from Nazareth in Galilee, was baptized in the Jordan by John. No sooner had he come up out of the water than he saw the heavens torn apart and the Spirit like a dove descending on him. And a voice came from heaven, "You are my Son, the beloved. My favor rests on you." The Gospel of the Lord. First of all, to explain, I'm doing my homily from here rather than from the lectern, simply because it's a bright, sunny afternoon, and this is the only way I can get the lighting to work so that hopefully you can see me as well as hear me. Over the past few months, we have had perhaps more reason to be more grateful than ever for the gift of water, as we've been washing our hands more carefully and frequently than before. Water is essential, not only for washing our hands, but for life itself. The Bible often speaks about water, and if you have visited the Holy Land, you'll understand why water is even more important in that part of the world. All of today's readings speak about water. The first reading speaks of the rain coming from the heavens and watering the earth, making it yield and giving growth. The responsorial psalm, which today is not a psalm, but another reading from Isaiah, speaks of drawing water from the well with joy. The second reading refers to Jesus coming with water and with blood, perhaps a reference to Jesus' side being pierced after his death. And the Gospel speaks of Jesus being baptized in the Jordan by John. Rain, wells, rivers, all important sources of water in the land of the Bible, not only in biblical times, but even today. Obviously, the focus on water is because of today's feast, the baptism of the Lord. In the life of Jesus, this event marked the end of his hidden life and the beginning of his public ministry. That it happened in the River Jordan is significant because it was the Jordan River that the people of Israel had to cross to finally enter into the promised land. In the calendar of the church, this feast marks the end of the Christmas season and the beginning of ordinary time. Today we heard from the Gospel according to Mark, and after a brief interlude next week, in 2 weeks' time, we'll begin following the Gospel according to Mark, which will be our Gospel for this liturgical year. I will say more about some of the specific characteristics of Mark as our readings unfold. Today is also a good opportunity to reflect on the significance of our own baptism, whether it is an event that we can remember or whether it is something that happened to us when we were still infants. Through Christian baptism, we too enter into a promised land, a new inheritance, as we are united to Jesus in his life, death, and resurrection. We give thanks for this great gift, but we are also aware that it is a mission. We are called, like John the Baptist, to bear witness to Jesus and to lead others to him. Before COVID, we would remind ourselves of our baptism when we blessed ourselves with holy water on entering and leaving church. Now we have to make do with sanitizing our hands. Nevertheless, when we next wash our hands at home, we can pause for a moment of gratitude to God. Gratitude for the gift of water, which is essential for many aspects of life, and gratitude for the water of baptism, through which we have given a share in the victory over sin and death, which has been won by Jesus Christ, the Son of God.